Hello and welcome to Talking While podcast where we talk about anything and everything. So, it has been a hot minute since I've sat down and tried to record anything meaningful, I should say. But today I kind of just want to talk about what it means to sit down and understand that you are being immature or that you are being mature, just sitting down and realizing and reflecting on how you've been acting, how you've been thinking, and all these different things. So lately, I've been in a rough spot with so many things between work, other work, relationships, just deciding what I'm gonna do for the next little bit of my life because I'm at this point where my lease ends in a few months, and it's like, what do I do when my lease ends? Do I go back to Oregon? Do I stay here? Do I move somewhere else? It's all it's all a little iffy and a little weird, you know. And lately I've been thinking really negatively. And I think that me thinking negatively is a very good thing, but it's also a very terrible thing at the same time. I've been thinking very negatively in the sense that I don't I've been very negative towards myself. I've been like, why can't you figure out what you want to do? All these different things, just being very negative towards myself. But then, negative thinking also is waking me up to realize how immature I act sometimes and how big of a dick I am sometimes. And I think that everybody needs to understand that, yes, you are probably a dick sometimes. And yes, you need to take a second and reflect on that and kind of think about why you're being a dick and why you decide to be an asshole to somebody else, you know? Like, why are you choosing to act the way you are, and what is making you act that way? What is in your subconscious mind that's gonna make you think those things and then say it out and have those actions towards others? Like, I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I don't need to be explaining or trying to mansplain that because that does make a lot of sense. But also something that I feel like doesn't make a lot of sense is why it comes out of nowhere. Recently, it has been 80s, sunny, beautiful days. I've been really working on the work life balance and just managing that really well. And all of a sudden, I'll think these really terrible thoughts, and I'm like, holy shit, why am I thinking these things? What is making me say these things to myself? Like, would I catch myself saying this to another person? And the probability is yeah, because I feel like I've been really hateful, not only just towards myself, but towards others. I work at an ice cream place, Cold Stone, yours truly. Um, but I've been finding myself seeing these people come in, and they'll be an asshole to me. I had these kids come in the other day, 5 minutes before we closed. We closed at 11 o'clock at night. Just tired as shit. Just literally, it was like a 15-hour work day for me. Like, I'm just tired. I just don't want to be there. And these kids are being assholes, and they just legitimately just complete complete assholes. They come in and they have one of these kids only has $3, and the smallest scoop of ice cream we have is $4. It's 4.05 or something. And he's like, well, can't you guys just give it to us for free? And we're like, no, because their entire group was just being disrespectful, just being talking over each other, just being mean and just being dicks in general. And this kid was like, just give it to me for free. And then he wanted 4 different flavors of ice cream in this one kid's scoop because he ended up getting some change from one of his other friends. And it was the point where he didn't want to walk over to where our cash register is because our line is one direction. And so you pick out your ice cream, you go to your toppings, and then you pay. So you just walk in a line like along the display. And he refused to walk over there and pay. And so I ended up taking the money and I gave it to the person running the cash register and I was like, okay, what's the change? And it was like 34 cents or something. And he refused to go walk over there and literally said, I'm quoting him, give me my change, bitch. And the cash register person had just dropped it on the counter, which is completely understandable. It is 5 minutes before we close. You're acting like a dick. You're calling us bitches. Like, and it's really hard when you have customers like that and there's just people that are around you that think that negatively and just treat other people with such disrespect and like lack the emotional maturity to understand how their actions and how their attitude is affecting others is a really hard environment to be in. Not physically, just like a mentally, you're like, oh shit, like why the fuck are you being such a dick? Like, you know? So that's something that like has definitely been like on my mind with everything going on. It's just like realizing that like I don't surround myself with these people on purpose. It just happens that they're constantly around me. It's the same way that if you go into a shift at work and the manager's having a bad day, you are all going to have a bad day because you can't step on their toes and you have to walk on eggshells, therefore making your day much more stressful and you're just kind of shoulders up tense all day. And that's the kind of environment that like you don't want to be in, you know? So that's just something that's been kind of happening with me and just it's just been such a weird ass time in my life and now that we've been hit with like tourist season, it's kind of crazy because I moved to a very touristy city. So it's like now I'm kind of fucking feeling these tourists after they're sunburnt and tired after the beach and they just want to have some ice cream or they just want to have some pizza because I work at a pizza place and they start acting like assholes and they're just like being mean, you know? And continuing with that, I feel like I've been starting to act more like a child in the sense at Cold Stone, I've been like messing around with customers and the fact that like if there's a little kid and I'm not busy, I'm gonna throw them the ice cream. Like I'm just throwing them to have fun, you know, just like throw it around. Why not? Just I did it for a group of old people the other day, and I ended up getting like a really big tip. But not it's not only just for the tip; it's for the fact that I get to mess around and bring that little bit of joy to others people. That I think that really makes me like acting like a child. So yeah, that's a little rant that I don't really know what's coming from, you know. But yeah, that's like where I'm at with the emotional immaturity of myself and just being surrounded by this kind of people. Like I work with these people who some of them are just there for a paycheck and I mean like I'm there for a paycheck, but it's like if I'm going to be at work, I'm going to have fun. Like I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to be miserable the whole time cuz then work's going to be miserable. Like I want to sit here if I'm working Saturdays for example, I work an 8-hour opening shift. I work 7 to 2 or 7 hours, my bad. I work a 7 to 2 shift and then I go and close Cold Stone from 5 to 11. That is a 13-hour day right there, just working. And that's not including closing or getting early or leaving late. Like, all those things, a lot of times I'll go in an hour early to Cold Stone because I have nothing else going on. And it's like, there's not enough time for me to take a nap or anything. So I'm going to Cold Stone at 4. So I'm working a 14, 15-hour day sometimes on Saturdays. And Saturdays are my long days. But those are the days where, like, I struggle the most because I've already worked a complete and a complete shift, you know, and it's just a struggle to like sit and be like, oh shit, like I need to go back to work. And so the way I've been treating Cold Stone is just as like it's just fun. Like I'm going there and I'm gonna go have fun, you know. And a lot of people that I work with, I've found out that it's like I haven't found out, but I've been more realizing that they just like are just there. There's this one girl that I work with. We're gonna call her Erica. Erica is a bitch. I was playing music the other day and I went and put on Justin Bieber, Love Yourself by Justin Bieber, which is a top tier song if you didn't know. And this bitch was shitting on the music. And I was like, dude, like, I'm here with you. She was upset because she was by herself with this other new girl. And she was just like, well, it was so hard for like the hour we were alone by ourselves. The fuck? Girl, calm down. So I was putting on some Justin Bieber. I was rocking out. Me and this other dude that I work with, we were just like shooting the shit, singing, dancing, just having fun at work. And she's like, this music fucking sucks. And I'm like, okay, what do you want to play? Like, I'm willing to change music for you. Like, I'm trying to make it so everybody can have a good time. And she's like, well, I like Tyler the Creator's Sexy Red, like Megan Thee Stallion. I'm like, we can't play that on the work radio. Like, that, girl, that is triple XR rated music that we cannot play. And I'm like, well, I can play like something else that's like a Disney soundtrack or something that some people find annoying, but like when you're working this kind of job and it's like you're moving and moving and moving, finding those stupid ass words that you know, those stupid ass songs that are like catchy and from 2010 or like the old Disney like lyrics, that's what makes me find my groove. And a lot of people find their groove doing that, like just listening to music that is super irrelevant that you wouldn't listen to outside of like a retail job. And she was just like not having it, and she just like was being a bitch. She was just like all of her frustrations, you could feel it. You could feel her bubble start to expand, and if you got too close, then you got fucked. You pop that bubble and she'd go off on you. And so when you're acting like that, like what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, what do you mean you have so much misery in your life that you cannot find it in yourself to vibe out to a song at work? Or you can't find it in yourself to just like shoot the shit with somebody? Like, it appalls me how much like people are like, oh, I have to go to work. Like, yeah, I drag my feet going to work sometimes, but I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna have a good time, whether I have an AirPod in, or whether I change the music, or whether I'm playing music, or whatever. Like, whether I'm laughing or just whatever the fuck I'm doing. I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna have a good time. Yeah, sometimes having a good time makes you a little more exhausted, but it makes you more alive. It makes you more pumped. You know, like I cannot go to work and it be silent and nobody talks to each other. I'm like, dude, I need to be talking to you about what happened in my life 5 years ago on a random Thursday. Or I need to be making these terrible dad jokes about the fudge bottle squirting and like sounding like a fart sound. Like, yeah, I get it's fucking annoying sometimes, but it is what you have to do to keep yourself sane at work, I feel. Like, I just don't understand how people can be so miserable. You know? And maybe I'm just being like a little ironic, just a little dick about everything, but like you gotta find the good things. Like my car has been broken down for nearly a month now, and I'm still finding like the good in like life. Like I've been riding my bike to work, and I'm like, oh my god, like I missed riding my bike to work. Like this shit was so fun. I get to be out in the sun. I get to listen to my music. I get to like move a little. I love riding my bike to work, and everybody's like, what my manager, one of the days that I had closed, was like, hey, he's like, I'll let you go early. Like, I know you gotta ride your bike. I'm like, dude, like, I love riding my bike. Like, it is so nice. Because it literally takes me like 10 minutes to ride my bike to work. Like, it's not that long. It's so nice. Like, I'm out here in the breeze. My shirt is rustling in the wind. I'm blasting my music in my ears. I have a helmet. I'm having fun. And I get to watch the sunset on my ride home. Like, the fuck you mean? How are you going to act like it's such an inconvenience? Like, I think people see inconveniences as miserable, and I don't think inconveniences should be miserable. I feel like an inconvenience, to be inconvenienced, you have to be able to adapt, overcome, and achieve your same goal. And I feel like that's what I've been trying to do. Like, I feel like I'm very good at that. I'm very good at adapting. And, like, if something's going to inconvenience me, I might as well make it the best, you know? And that's how it comes with work. Like, I'm going to treat work the best I can, even if I have to deal with these dick ass wads. Like, that's just how it is, you know? Anyways, I'm going to end my rant session there because I have to go check the brownies that I'm making right now because my fat ass needed brownies. So, thank you for listening today. And I'm going to try to keep podcasts rolling. I've just been super busy lately. No excuse, but super busy, just got caught up in everything else. But this is something that makes me feel a lot better about how my life is going. So I'm gonna try to continue with the weekly uploads. Potentially every Tuesday, potentially every Wednesday, just depending on how my day's going. So thank you for listening, and I hope to catch you in the next one.